My name's Zac Dingee. I run a $100 million a year solar sales company. And today we're going to talk about the 4 systems that took me from $10 million a year to $100 million a year in sales. I'm in the service industry. We sell solar panels, and there's a lot of specific constraints for our industry. If you're in the service industry, this video is for you. Or if you're in a sales leadership role and you're trying to grow a sales team, this video is also for you. Our product is very high ticket. Our average cost of a solar system is over 30 grand. So our baseline was $2 or $3 million. The first year in sales, when we had 2 people in our company, we were still doing $5 million in sales. So we have a very, very high ticket, which makes it very easy to get to 10 million, but to get to 100 million is a whole different story. And so you can really change this depending on your business. I have good friends of mine who are in the gutter business. Their average ticket's 4,000. So 10 times less than my average ticket for solar. So this can be 1 million to 10 million in certain cases. So it depends on your industry, your average ticket cost, and I would look at that. Since my average ticket's 40,000, we're talking about $100 million because that's what we did in sales in 2025. I've been in the solar space now for almost 8 years, and it took me about 5 years to get from 10 million to 100 million. And there's 4 huge reasons that I think we got to $100 million. I think the biggest constraint in the service and or sales industry is people. Finding and hiring the right people is impossible in the service industry. So number 1, by a landslide, is people. Hire for culture and fit, scale the sales team, strong leadership. So people. There's a couple points in here that kind of caveat off of this. There's the 80-20 rule, especially in sales. The top 20% of people are going to get 80% of the results. So what I really mean by people is high level talent. This is the main constraint in any sales team. You are in the people business, and if you're hiring and training and recruiting for salespeople, you are looking for high level talented people. People that are gonna be able to take rejection well, people that are gonna work hard, people that are probably ex-athletes because they have motivation, they know how to be coached, they're money hungry. And people specifically is high-level talent. So to summarize this, how to recruit. How do you find high-level people? Where do they come from? Where should you be looking for them? Are you online? Are you on Indeed? Are you on ZipRecruiter? Are you doing it organically? Are you running ads? Well, the answer is all of the above, really. Everything helps. But really the main point is, if your best friend or one of your good friends is a huge fitness athlete, they run Ironmans, they do High Rocks every year, they're always in shape, they eat amazing, do you think that they have a lot of people that are also like them? Do you think that the majority of their friend group is other people who are athletes in shape and take care of themselves? It's the same thing when it comes to recruiting high-level talent. You know who hangs around with your top A players? Typically other A players. So the best way, in my opinion, to recruit and find high-level talent is when you get a high-level talent, this person here, this is my stick figure, high-level talent, very high level, this guy right here. All the friends around him are also high-level people. So when they become very successful, they usually will organically bring in other people like themselves. So when you find a high-level talent, you have to have a good industry, good business, good compensation plan to find this person. And when you do, you have to figure out who they know, who they hang around with, and where they hang out. So the best way to recruit high-level talent is to organically recruit through somebody. So many times in our business, we hire someone that doesn't work out, but they bring in somebody who knows somebody who ends up being a stud. Our manager for one of our offices came from a guy who worked here for a week and a half, and he quit, but a week and a half later, right before he quit, we had another rep come in. That rep ended up being a top 5 sales rep and going on to grow his own office as well. So it's not who this person is, it's who they know. And so you have to recruit through people and find out who their friends are and who they can bring in. So that's number one. Number one is people. You are always one relationship away from changing your business. And the people are the most important person by a landslide in the business. And how to recruit is a big piece of this. So, second thing, what's the second biggest system to grow a business from 10 million to 100 million to 10x your business, basically? Belief system. I think a lot of people overlook this one. You don't even realize that you are your own biggest issue, and it's an identity crisis. There's a great analogy that I've said 100 times for my team, which is if there's a thermostat in this room and it's set to 72 degrees, and right now it's like 4 degrees in New York. If I open this door and let this open for an hour and closed it, the thermostat would kick on to get the room back to 72 degrees and vice versa. So if it was set to 72 and it was 100 degrees outside, we opened the door, the heat went up in their room, it would kick on the AC to bring it back down. That's the same way this works for your identity and your business. So number 2 is belief system. If you have never done $100 million a year and you think just magically you're going to know how to manage that money or be okay with it or grow to that level, that's not how the world works. So to change your belief system, you can do a few things, which I've talked about in other videos before, but really this is your environment. And number 2, your attention. What do I mean by that? You change who you are and your belief system by changing your environment. This is why when you go on vacation and you land in an island that's sunny and everyone's in a good mood, why all of a sudden you feel like you have unlimited energy and you can go all day long with no caffeine and you feel like the happiest person in the world. It's because your environment changed. So if you want to change your belief system, you know what a huge hack is for me? Talk about this all the time with my team. You go to an event, pay to get in the door. I went to the Sales Leadership Summit last year with Patrick Bet-David. Cost me $15,000 to get in the door. When I go there though, you're around all these other people that also paid 15 grand to get in this room. So they're all high level talented people. When you leave, you feel like your energy was here and now your energy's here for like 3 months. It just rubs off on you and it sticks to you. So you have to change your environment. And number 2, change your attention. So energy flows where your attention goes. If you're focusing on money and you're focusing on being successful and you're focusing on the business and certain things in your business that make you money, they usually will grow. The best analogy I've ever heard about money is that money is like a jealous lover. If you treat it right, it'll treat you back right. But if you don't, it'll take everything you have. So you have to pay attention to the money, the systems, and the things in your business that are actually going to grow. All right, and then so the last part to belief system, and this is kind of just like a caveat for more internal of the business, but vision. Your vision is so important in yourself and in the business. So for belief system, let me put it this way. If you run a company and you want to get to $100 million a year in sales, and your vision for the company is that you're going to be, in 10 years, you're going to be the best roofing company in your county. It's really, really, really hard to get to $100 million a year in sales in a roofing company in one county. Unless you live in like LA County or New York City, you probably can't get to 100 million in one county. So your vision has to be big enough to actually equate to $100 million in sales. You may say, I want to be the biggest roofing company in New York State, or I want to be the biggest roofing company in the Northeast. And so therefore, everyone else's vision can fit inside of yours and the company's vision. And a large part of being a leader in a company is casting a vision because people love it. People love clarity. They love to know where they're going and where they're headed. And so you got to have a big enough vision for everyone to fit inside and a big enough vision to actually get to 100 million. Because you're not going to get I can tell you for damn sure, you're not going to get to $100 million by accident. You're not just going to magically land there. It's a big vision, a big goal, and you really have to make it that way. So That's number 2 is belief system. The third most important system to get to $100 million is incentive structure. Incentive structure is so overlooked all the time. You have to incentivize people to get the behavior you want. When you look at this, incentive / we'll put comp plan. I cannot express this one enough. This is so important and so overlooked. When you look at your compensation plan and what kind of metrics and things you have in place to make sure you're getting the right behavior, so many people get this wrong. You have to look at, okay, what do I want out of a rep, or what do I want out of this person? How many sales, or how do I want them to show up to meetings, or all of your culture? How can I incentivize the right behavior to get the person to do what I want? So let me give you a couple things that we do in our company. One big thing is we have a 3-tier bonus system. So let's just say you have a product and your average cost of that product, I'm going to get a little intricate here, so follow me. And I got to make sure I'm going to do this math right, so we'll see. Let's say you run a roofing company, because that's pretty easy numbers. Let's say your roofing company, a sales rep makes 10%. Oh, that's a dollar sign, not a percent sign. 10% of the deal. 10% commission. Okay. So if they sell a $10,000 roof, they make $1,000. If they sell a $20,000 roof, they make $2,000, right? And you have a flat part of, okay, you make 10% of the deal, no matter how big or small the roof is. You just make 10%. There's no incentive for this person to want to go do 5 roofs rather than 4 roofs. There's no push to get them to that next level. So what you can do instead and say, okay, if you sell 3 roofs per week, you make 8%. Okay, this gives you the baseline. 3% now, this is like what the bottom reps are going to do. Then you say, if you do 5 roofs per week, you're going to make 12%. And if you do 10 roofs per week, you're going to make 15% on all those roofs retroactively. So here's how this math works. If you do 3 at 8%, and it's a $10,000 roof, that's 800 times 800 times 800, 1,600, 800, 800, 600, 2,400. Okay, I was making sure. That's $2,400 you would make in a week selling roofs. Okay? Now when you get to 5, there's a significant jump of 50% more basically commission. Hit me with the math. 5 roofs at 12% for $10,000, so it's $1,200 times 5, that's $6,000. Am I right? Okay, so now look at the commission difference from 3 roofs to 5 roofs. This pushes someone to go, oh, I got 4 this week. I really got to get my 5th, because if not, 4 roofs or 3 roofs is going to make me $2,400. 4 roofs is going to make me $3,200. But if I get 1 more, now I'm at $6,000. It pushes big to the next level. And then for the studs, the people you're really trying to find, this is the studs in your business right here. This right here. These people, and these are vague numbers. This isn't a specific for your industry, or if you're a roofing industry, this may be different. But the point is, you have a 3rd-tier system that for the dogs, the best in your industry, the best in your business, to go and get. So 10 roofs at 15%, that's $1,500 a roof. That'd be $15,000 if they did this. Yes, is it a lot of money? Can you fit that in your numbers? You need to make sure. But the point is, there needs to be a big number that everyone is shooting for, and it pushes people. Like when someone's at 8 roofs for the week, and 8 roofs might make them $9,000, but if they get 2 more, it adds this massive bonus to them, to their commission. It is unbelievable what people will do to get to these next tiers. So I'm a huge believer in 3-tier bonuses. I think 3-tier bonuses are like a goal. They should be in every compensation structure in sales across all platforms. You have a low one, you have a medium one, and you have a high one. And those three will push people to do so much more than you could possibly think. 3-tier bonus is huge for compensation plan. The next part of the compensation plan that I think is really, really important is there needs to be a long-term thing for people to hit as well. So 3-tier bonus can be paid out monthly or weekly or quarterly, whatever kind of timeline your business works on. For solar, the best guys are doing like 3 to 5 sales a week at the top. The average person's doing like 1 sale a week because our timeline's much longer in our business. So we pay bonuses out quarterly. So if you do a certain amount of sales in a quarter, you get a certain bonus. Doesn't have to be that for you. It could be whatever timeline. But you do need a long-term bonus. So we have a long-term bonus that's up to 4 years. 4 years? Yeah, up to 4 years. So if you hit a certain amount of total capacity of installs within 4 years, you get a profit share. That's something that keeps them motivated for 4 years to chase this number. And this is a really, really big percentage. If they hit this, basically, I'm not going to go into detail exactly what ours is, but if they hit this, it equals like a $75,000 a year bonus. And they continue to get it every year. They stay in that club. It's called the 2 megawatt club for us. So it's a huge number that they get on top of all their other bonuses. And so this is just a big thing again. For the kind of people who are going to hit this bonus right here, your 3rd tier, are also the same people that are going to shoot for this bonus right here. And it's so important because these are the people you want in your business. Everyone always thinks about, well, I got to pay out more of my profit here and I got to give more of my money away. Yeah, but these people grow your business. This is the high level talent. This is the 20% of people you're going to have in your business that are going to make your life so much more fruitful, and they're going to grow your business for you. You have to figure out a way to afford these kind of people. So 3-tier bonus system, huge. Long-term bonus, some big bonus that it takes them years to get to. That's either profit share or an equity piece or something that makes them feel like they're part of the company now. So that, very important. And the last part to incentivization structure we have, which is SPR, sale per rep. So this is all like top down. The first incentivization structure is how to get people to work harder. And then this is for our managers. So for our managers, we have SPR numbers, which is your sale per rep average. Our managers, you guessed it, also have a 3-tiered bonus system. So based on whatever numbers their office hits, they get a tiered bonus and it goes up. Obviously, the more tiers you go up, the more they make per install and all that. But the number that determines that is not total gross sales, because total gross sales, an office that's been together for 5 years, they can be doing 200-300 sales a month, but they might have 50 people and their average sale per rep might only be 2 sales per rep. That means that the reps really probably aren't that good. The average sale per rep I'm looking at, I may want the number 3. So the sale per rep that we work on is 3 sales per rep for the office. If you have a 10-person sales team that's doing 30 sales a month, that would equal 3 sales per rep. So 10 people, 30 sales. That came out horrible. 10 people, 30 sales equals 3 SPR, right? So that's the number we're going to base all of our metrics off of and everything else. What this number really encapsulates is, number 1, is the quality of your team good? Do they actually do a lot of sales and are they working together? Is the bottom person, like, because you're going to have outliers. You're going to have somebody doing 2 sales a month, but then you're going to have somebody doing probably 15 sales a month. And so you have to have an average medium of 3 sales per rep per month, or else you're probably not doing your job right. So anyway, I went through a lot here for the incentive structure, but I truly cannot express how important this is. Your incentive and your comp plan is arguably the most important thing in your business because it's going to attract the right talent. If you are in a business, a sales company, and your top sales reps make $100,000 a year, it's going to be very hard to find really, really, really good people because they're going to go find better opportunities. So I would challenge you, if you're watching this video and you're like, yo, I can't pay my reps that much money. There's no way I can do this. You're probably in the wrong business. And you can choose to sell low quality products to lower people and deal with the headaches that come with that. Or you can choose to get into a better industry and sell higher quality products for higher ticket prices and make more money per sale. And I promise you, in pretty much all industries across the board, unless your name is Walmart or Amazon, it's much better to be in the second category, selling high quality products at a high price for a premium and making more money per deal. Number 4, training reps. When you're onboarding people, you have to train them. Our company, and the way we've always done things, is we don't like to hire people with a lot of sales experience. And so what that means is, when I bring somebody on, I can recruit somebody right here. This is the line. This is the MJ, Michael Jordan, of sales. This is like your top 1% of salespeople. And this is like 19-year-old college dropout who's never had a job in his life. So this is like the bottom of the barrel, and this is the top of the food chain. So when you're looking at this spectrum, this is like somebody when they come into sales and they know nothing about sales and they're trying to figure this game out. And this is like them 4 years in being an absolute stud. If you bring someone in here and train them to here, you get all of this delta in here is all your profit. Because let's say I wanted to go find someone from another company or hire a top salesperson, it may cost me $50,000 or $100,000 or some kind of number to get that person in. If I just go find people that are here and I have a really good training platform to get them from here to here in 6 months, then this is where all of my profit and everything is made, because now I can get people for no money basically. I can hire them for very, very cheap and train them up to be amazing. It only takes me 6 months and all of that is mine left to keep. So really, if you're in the sales business, you are in at the absolute core, broken down to the simplest form of what we do. We're in the business of hiring people and training people. Nobody said they wanted to be in sales. If you talk to any salesperson, this is basically every person who's in sales story. One of two things. Yeah, I was struggling. I didn't really have a job. And this guy at the car dealership said he would hire me because they were looking for people. So I just did it. And now it's like, I can't imagine that I would do something else because I make more money than I ever have. Or they say, I was broke. I just got out of college and I had no other job opportunities. And so this one guy talked to me about a solar sales job and it sounded kind of cool and I had nothing else to lose. So I did it anyway. Like, nobody in the world goes and seeks sales jobs. It's always something they fall into. So our job at the end of the day is hiring and finding people, and we bring those people in, just training them to be great sales reps. Sales is like any other job. So many people get this wrong. They think, oh, well, I'm not a salesman. It's so false, it's not even funny. Everybody's a salesman. They just sell certain things that they like. And so if you don't like to sell yourself, if you don't like to go talk about yourself and talk about a certain product, then it may not be a good thing for you. But if you're really into cars, you can sell me, and maybe not transactionally like I'm going to buy it from you, but you can sell me on why you think Ferrari's the best car maker in the world, because you care about it, so you can sell it to me. And so when it comes to sales, hiring people and training people is like the root of our job. So if you want to take your business all the way back up here, if you want to take your business from $10 million a year to $100 million a year, or really in layman's terms, if you want to 10x your business, you have to focus on finding the right people. You only need 5 good people in your business to get you to 10x your business. If you go from having 1 A player to 5 A players, your business will explode. Second thing is your belief system. You have to change your environment. You got to change the people you're around. You got to change your attention, what you're focusing on, and you will change your belief system. Number 3 is your incentive structure. You have to make sure your incentive structure aligns with your goals and the behaviors you want. And number 4 is you have to know how to train reps. Training reps is very, very important. You take a rep, how fast can you get in from here to here? So these are the 4 systems that made my company go from $10 million a year in sales to $100 million a year in sales. If you're someone that likes what this content is and wants to learn more about sales, if you go to zacdingee.com, you can see everything we're doing. We are hiring. If you're in New York State, we'd love to have you. So check out zacdingee.com, and until next time, see you guys.